Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. Let me know when you get here and we will get started. Oh, let me get over to comments so I can see. So I see some eyeballs popping on, and I just have to get my ink pads for tonight. I think we're going to go with Pear Pizzazz and probably Old Olive. Those are good to go together. So yeah, just pop on, let me know that you are here and that you can hear me. Oops, I hit that weird. Hey, Marcia from Texas. Is it chilly in your part? I keep seeing something from that Penny's posting and about it being cold there. Hey, Pat. It's going to be really cold here in Maryland too. Okay, you can hear me? Good. I was looking at a different setting. Hey, Peggy. I was looking at a different setting in the audio for like echo, and I had clicked it, and then when I first got on, it was it didn't. I had to unclick that. Hey, Sharon, you need to run ushering at the theater tonight. Fancy. You have to let us know how that goes. Ooh, Marcia, 14 degrees below. Ugh. Wind chill below 5. Hey, Sue. Hey, Julie. Okay, good. So, and Vicky's here. Awesome. So quick. It should be quick tonight. I just want to show you very quick, easy cards to make for, I have to make my thank you still for my, the people that sponsored Wreaths. So, and I finally figured out how I can get the list. So there's like, I was clicking in something else under the management page and then I could find out. So I have my list. I just have to make sure I have all the addresses. I think I do. But we're going to make some just, short, we're going to use note cards tonight and the Stamparatus. Stamparatus. And then I'm going to show you some holiday cards that I've gotten. Okay. So yeah, I haven't used it a whole lot, Pat. I have not. I've used the wreath only a couple of times, and I feel bad that it has not gotten the attention that it needs. Hey, Rose, you and Marilyn are here. Awesome. I have your little treat here. I don't think I'm going to need those scissors, but I am going to show you. Hey, Deb, your brother lives in Maryland. Where? I'm like right near the BWI airport. I'm like 6 miles from there, but I mean, I know not everybody's close. But interesting. Okay, let's go down. Hey, Deb. Let's go down to this one. So like I said, we're going to use cottage wreaths. And I was going to use the thank you from Good Feelings, but I was holding it up to my cards and it doesn't really fit right. So I'm going to have to use the medium size thank you from Go To Greetings. LaVale, Deborah, I don't know where that is. That's crazy. I'm going to have to look it up and see where that is. Okay, but interesting. It is a small world, right? Okay, so let's do, we're going to need our wreath bit. So I'm going to use, this will be our base. We're going to use like a 2-step stamp. We'll do this one in a lighter color first. So we're going to use Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. Now I know these look pretty close. Oh, by Cumberland. I know where that is. Okay, we've been out there, like the mountainside. Been there once in a while. Cool, but isn't it a small world? Yep. All right, so I'm pulling these out. And like I said, we're going to use this as a 2-step. So we're going to stamp the one that's more full. We're going to stamp that one first, and then we'll add this twiggy business as our overlay. And so let's get rid of that for now. And like I said, I'm going to use note cards. So these are sturdy. These are all on. Rose, I'm a little bit out of focus. I wonder if that's something I can change. So hold on a minute. Let me look at my camera. Nope. I can do front camera. General. There doesn't seem to be anything that I can change. Is it out of focus for everybody? Like, let's see. Can we read? Hey, Vicky. Is this in focus as far as like the names? Marcia, good here? Okay. Hopefully, Rose, maybe it's just like your internet or something. Wi-Fi or something. I don't know. Okay, but you know what I'm doing, Rose. or you'll get the gist of it, right? So back to note cards. They're quick and easy because they're already folded. They're already scored. They come with envelopes. It's good for if you don't have to write like a whole lot of stuff. So just a short, quick message. Rose, okay. They come in white and vanilla. And I'm doing mostly in vanilla. And then I'm going to do one in white for Sue, actually, because I'm going to change the colors. So we'll do that at the end after we do our setting up with the vanilla ones. Okay, so we need our Stamparatus, and I've not used this in a while since I was doing something with the Yeti set. All right, I don't need this, but this is good to know that it was here because I was about ready to order a new one because I couldn't find it. All right, since we're using photopolymer stamps, we need to have this foam piece under here. I do have another piece of foam that I may use if this isn't quite enough. But let's put our envelope or our card down. Now, when I stamp using the Stamparatus, I want the stamps as far away from this hinge as I can. So I'm going to put my, let's see, get this centered or latched down in the corner there. So I want to start with my big one. Now, do you notice this little black dot there? Boop. That I put a Sharpie mark right on there. And this has nothing to do with the card we're making. I just wanted to show you why I made that mark. Because when you look at the dies for this set, this right here, actually, and this one too. So these both will do like this cuts around it, and then this one cuts like makes it smaller, like an outline. But see this little thing here that's got like an arrow mark? I lined it up so I could tell which way did I go with? I figured it out because this will be stamping and this will be cutting. Okay, so I had to hold it up this way, and I got the stamp in here so that all lines up. So that mark tells me like that's the top of the wreath if I'm trying to cut with, trying to line up the die cut. So it really only applies to when you're trying to use those dies. Oop, this is stuck now. Okay. Some of the stamps that we used to have would have a little mark like that on them. But all right, so this doesn't really matter where that is for this part because we're not cutting anything out. So I just want to center it. Now my card is going to be landscape like this. But for ease of stamping, I turn my Stamparatus sideways. So let's do that. And then we're going to pick up our color or our stamp. Now we're going to start with the lighter color. And I have not lined up my the stamp that's going to go on top yet. And that's fine. Ooh, nice. But let's do it right now. So we want to add our twigs like here. That looks about right. So we're going to take our hinge piece and flip it around. Hey, Marlene. Yeah, from a very cold Wisconsin. For sure. So I flipped it around because now we have this side of the plate that we can work with. So we're going to pick our stamp up, and I'm going to try not to touch this. Oops, and I just moved that. I tell you, I got to put these magnets closer so I can... oh, you know what I just did? I stamped the bottom stamp in the old olive, and it was supposed to be this one. All right, this one's a mess up, but no one's going to know. All right, darker. And that's fine. That's kind of what I want anyway, but we're going to do it again because we're going to make it lighter. And I'm going to do a whole bunch of these. And this time I'm going to try not to get that smudge on there. Jeez. All right, so let's flip it back. What I'm going to do is stamp like a bunch of these. I'm going to do all the Pear Pizzazz bits first, then the old olive, then the greeting. And it's going to go quick. All right, let's wipe this old olive off of here, this offensive old olive, and we'll go with Pear Pizzazz. And I'm actually not going to use these magnets now that I think of it, because I'm just stamping it once. So it's going to be a lot quicker. And notice I'm stamping with the side that the score mark is poked down, because I'm going to fold it like that. All right. Now the fact that that's picking it up, that's fine. Doesn't matter. So after we make these cards, I'm going to show you the Christmas cards that I have received, which are beautiful. And a couple that are store-bought, but they're good design ideas. And sometimes I just like to save things just to use them for tags next year or something. I cannot believe that it's 3 days till Christmas. I mean, all we're doing is we're going to go to my brother's for dinner, and all we have to make is like green beans and something else, like salad. Boring. But yeah, I was at work today looking at the calendar. I'm like, oh my God, 3 days. I hope everybody else is ready. We didn't really have to do anything. I mean, my tree's been up literally since last Thanksgiving. So so I didn't have to do anything for that this year. Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to have to think, like, do I just want to keep it up for another year or take it down? Because I am cool with it. It is just the right amount of light. Like when we're watching TV, so I don't get up and go to the bathroom and bump into the coffee table. All right, so I got a mark on that one. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then that other one, mess up, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do 12 of these. We were driving around the other night. We went to pick up dinner, and there are lots of, that's so nice. We have to go out again and look at all the lights, because there are quite a bit around us, quite a few houses. So we're going to go check that out. But really, we haven't really done anything this year. I mean, we tried to go to New York. Oh, that's the thing. So, you know, we tried to go a couple weeks ago, got the nail in the tire, or the screw, whatever that thing was. Then we tried to go again. We were going to go the following Saturday, but I got a bunch of blisters on my feet real bad. I went to see, what did we see? The Nutcracker with my friend in Baltimore. And I got blisters on my feet because I wore the wrong kind of shoes for all that walking in the city. I mean, blisters, both of my feet. They were like this big, like right on the meat of your foot, right under your toes. Unacceptable. So I couldn't really walk. I couldn't plan on walking around New York. So that was canceled. Then we were going to go this past Sunday. Oh, perfect. That's what I want. Nice. So we've got our base in the pear pizzazz, and then the twiggy part in the green, the old olive. So yeah, now we're just not going to go. I mean, we wanted the second, we couldn't get tickets to Santaland anyway, but then there's like all this trouble, like going on the subways, and we were going to have to take the subway, and I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm not trying to get, you know, set on fire or whatever they're doing. It's like a bunch of crazy stuff. But yeah, the Santaland tickets. So that's the thing at Macy's. You have to get tickets. They're free, but you just have to sign up so they can control, like, you know, how many people are there at one time. But we could not get any of those tickets. And look at that. I messed up, dropped it on there. So people are going to have to be a little forgiving, because not all the cards are perfect. That's okay. These are really pretty, though. Yeah, Marsha, it was bad. And the blisters stayed on there for like a week. I mean, I was wearing like cute boots that had a heel like maybe 1.25 inches or something, but too much pressure from all this, trying to quick walk through the city. So there'll be other times. But the Nutcracker show was really good. I didn't realize that, and I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I took my mom, like, I found out it was 7 years ago because it came up in my Facebook feed a week or so ago. But we had gotten front row seats then. That was like her Christmas treat that year. And we found out that you really don't want to sit front row because at the Hippodrome in Baltimore, like where the stage is and the first row, I mean, we had to look up. Our necks, we had cricks in our necks after the end because we were looking up. And I mean, you see up all the dresses. Not a good vantage point, really. So my friend and I got seats a little further back. But the show was different. So I guess it's all dependent on who's producing it, who's making the show. So, I mean, the storyline, and I could have sworn the first time we went that there was talking, like where they would tell us the story that was going on. There was no talking in this one. So, I mean, at least we knew the story. Now, before I actually go any further, while I have these stamps on here, I want to do the one for Sue. And Sue, it doesn't matter if you see this, right? All right, let's do that one. So I've got I cleaned off this, and I want to do it in pinks because Sue likes the non-traditional colors. Yeah, Jamie, it was definitely breaking my neck. All right, I want to do polished pink. But then what I want for the overlay, I think I might bring in an old color. I might bring in this Magenta Madness or, ooh, no, you know what? Melon Mambo. All right, so polished pink. This will be for our thicker image. And I'm going to put this away as I go. Ooh, I love that. And then we're going to flip it and go back to the branchy part. And we're going to do that one in Melon Mambo. So we've got a darker pink. Sue, you won't remember with your shrunken brain. All right, let's do this in the melon. Ooh, yeah, I like that. And I'm going to have to find a different color ribbon to put on there. All right, cool. Now for the greetings, I was going to put them all in black anyway. And I want that to go like down here in the corner. So instead of dealing with this right now, I'm just going to get my my second plate. And we're going to place our thank you. Oh, but back to the show. So there was no words in the Nutcracker, which I thought was weird. But luckily we knew the story. But that's what my friend told me. And she's more artsy than I am. She knows these things. I don't. But she said, yeah, it depends on who is producing and making the show that year. So even though it was still like Moscow Ballet or whatever, it was a different guy running it, or a different person. I don't know if it was a guy. All right, now I'm just putting that there to eyeball. Let me see. It's going to pick this up. Now, this is a rubber stamp, so I can take my foam out. So, we only need that foam for the clear ones. All right, and that'll be good. So now I'm going to take it out because I just want to make sure that this is straight. So what I'm doing is using these grids as a guide, and I can see the U is crooked. So let me just move it around a little bit. Okay, that looks good. All right, we shall see, right? All right, now this, I'm going to get just my tuxedo black. This isn't the darkest black that I have, but it will do for this. And I can always hit it again. Ooh, perfect. Nice. And I wanted it to cross over there a little bit. So, awesome. Okay. Now, let's go with these other ones. So, quick cards for sure. And I could do brown on this if I didn't want it in black. Nice. So all I'm going to do is add a bow and some rhinestones. and call these done. And I'm just going to do all this stamping. And I'm not stamping any berries or anything. The rhinestones are going to be the berries. Yeah, Julie, I really like this one. It seems like they get us, though, with the wreaths, right? Like how many years we get a wreath every year, pretty much, or every other year. So I'm sure whatever wreath anybody has will do if you're going to make some cards like this. Now, if you didn't want to use these note cards, obviously, just cut your other cardstock, like for a medium envelope, that size. You know what? I got to get these inks out of the way. But I do like the note cards just because they are pre-cut, pre-scored, ready to go. And when you have to make, you know, a few like this, it makes it go quicker. And actually, I still need to send out thank yous for to some ladies at my mom's church. Because I know right after she had her surgery, they set up one of those like a meal train, so everybody brought stuff over for dinner like a couple times a week. It was very nice, very helpful. And I was going through the like paperwork that I had at her house, and I got the list. I think I have the list of everybody's names. So that will be a project for next week. Not on Thursday, but I am taking a couple days off work, so I feel like I'm going to get caught up on a lot of stuff on a few days off, but we'll see. I'll be lucky if I get one thing done. Isn't that how it goes? Like plans for all this stuff, and yeah, one thing. I always think I'm going to get like a lot of cleaning and reorganizing done, especially here in my craft room. Nope, doesn't happen. Yeah, I tell you, these, if you have a Stampratus or the Misty or even a mini Misty, these are great tools. Okay. So now we're done with our stamping. And I'm going to put this away for now. And I'm only going to do a couple of these just to show you the idea of what I want. So let's fold them. I like it. Nice. All right, let's just do a couple. I really like that these are the thick cardstock now. Years ago when they first had these, they were not done in the thick. It was regular weight, and that's a little too flimsy. In fact, I found an old batch, and I had to just chop them up and use it as regular cardstock pieces because without it being the thick, like, ugh, it wasn't good enough. All right, so let's do some red rhinestones on these. Now, I could have cut, if I was thinking, I could have stamped and cut this bow from here, but didn't get that far to it, so we're going to use, I'm just going to tie a ribbon bow. So actually, let's do that, and then I will place the rhinestones. So you can tie your bow any way you want. I do have a little machine, but I also will tie it like this. So I start with a loop, and actually let me try to get this so you can see it. I start with a loop, and don't cut any of this ribbon off. Leave it, you know, leave your ribbon tail. Wrap this around and keep it like nice and flat, like I'm not twisting that ribbon up any, and then go through here and pull. And I have to make 2 of these, so I'm going to show you again. And that's a pretty quick way. And I do have one of those little wooden dowel systems that I use sometimes too. Like if I'm going to do a whole bunch for a class or something. That looks about right. So we'll do another one. So let's start with a loop. And that's what, like about a 1/2 inch or so. And come around. Oops, around. so it doesn't get tangled, and then through and pull. And then you just tug these back until you get your loops whatever size you want. And sometimes I have to mess with these a little bit more than others, but that's a decent enough bow. All right, let's cut that. And this ribbon is, you know what, I think this is on the clearance rack now. This is from a year or two ago. It's just called like linen, real red faux linen ribbon. I think this is on the clearance rack for like $3. All right, let's do some glue dots. And I'm going to bring out the, you know, I always save my glue dots from Paper Pumpkin. If I can grab these without knocking everything over. All right, let's do that. So the Paper Pumpkin, the glue dots come on these little sheets, so I always save them. And I'm going to put 3 on here just because that looks about what I need to hold this ribbon. And we're going to put that right on there. Okay. Ah, cute. Simple, but cute enough. And it's going to be even cuter when we put these rhinestones on it. So I'm being fancy and grabbing 2 of these at a time. And in case you're wondering, this is not Stampin' Up. It is a Creative Memories tool, but I've had it for 20 years or so. I love it. Okay, now let's add a few dots. And I'm not going to worry about like putting them in groups of like a cluster of 3. I'm just going to try to put some scattered. Although that looks icky. I'm going to move that closer. I might need to put 2 together. Oops. Or 3. Let's face it, this is going to look dumb. All right, I'm trying to decide. Yep. This one might be over rhinestoned, but that's okay. I will send this to someone who will appreciate all the bling. Plus, I have like 3 packs of these red rhinestones, so it's not like I'm going to run out. These, I think, need to be moved a little bit. There we go. I didn't really want them like in such a circle, but that's the way it's going to go. All right. Very blingy, but I'm digging it. Now these can come in a little bit. Too critical. I'm just going to leave it. You know what? Maybe this one I'll just put a few and we'll see. I didn't like how those were going on me when I started the other one. Because I don't want them to just be all in the center. I want it like up, down, up, down, up, down. Just to give it a little variety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eek. We need an odd number. This reminds me of one of Rose's famous swaps where she used 17 eyelets on one card. This has to go somewhere. All right, that can go right there. Do you remember that one, Rose? It was like black eyelets. You had to buy 5 packs of eyelets because they came in a mixed bag. Those were the days. All right, so here's our, I think, 2 excessive rhinestone count and just enough. But let's do, I want to put silver on this one for Sue. So I've got these holiday, not holiday, well, they're the festive pearls that were, they went out, and here they are. They went unavailable, and then they came back, and mine are mislabeled, by the way. I think I pointed that out a while ago, but mine say red and green, and they're not. I mean, there are red and green ones, but they're supposed to be called festive pearls. All right, so let's do some of these silver ones. And, ooh, these are nice. Tell you, the wind is starting to kick out here. All right, let's do, ooh, yeah. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again with that. I'm going to move this one and make room that way because I still want that little, I'm going to make a silver bow. And I know I have some, this is what I keep some of my ribbon in. Okay. Granite shimmer. So this, I believe, this might still be active. I know the gold is. All right, so this is granite, and I like it. It's a little bit more gray or beigey than like smoky slate, but it's what we have. All right, ooh, I like that. So let's trim these. Oh, and I tell you the wreath. So, these are my thank yous for the people that sponsored the wreaths. So when I went to lay the wreath at Crownsville for my dad's, was that last Saturday? I can't remember. Well, when we went last year, my mom and I went, and we were stuck in traffic for like an hour because there's one road in and out to get to that cemetery, and it was terrible. They had way too many people. People running everywhere. It was a nightmare. So I have sent some fairly strongly worded feedback to the site since then. And so this year they let people get on, show up like an hour and a half early if you wanted to place your family member's wreath yourself. So that was awesome. We were in and out in like 15 minutes. It was nice. We got to put my dad's down and then roll out, and then we could see them waiting to get in. So here are our quick and easy wreath cards. I do like this pink one. So, and you know what? You could put shimmer, like Winkastella on there. You could put the greeting in here if you wanted. I just thought that was going to be too busy, so I wanted it off to the side. So now let's look at, and I'll have to finish these. I'm not going to make you sit here for another hour, however long it's going to take me to get those rhinestones on there. You know what else will be good instead of rhinestones is the drop stuff. Like it's like stickles, or what is it called? Like the pearlized enamel effects. You could definitely squeeze some of that out and just let it dry. But let's look at some cards that I've gotten. We're going to start out. This is not a Christmas one, but it's a funny story. So my friend down in Florida sent this. She meant to send it before they went on their cruise for Thanksgiving, and it sat in her car. And I love it. But this is one that I would save as a design because look at this gold and all this foil. Like all these big leaves, and these are all like die cuts, these three. And then the acorns there. But just the colors and the layout of it, I would save this just to copy later to make my own card, with whatever stamp, if I have die cuts, or I could stamp it and hand cut. But I like it. And with the different foils, because this is like a gold and that's a copper. Love it. All right. Oops. My ribbon was stuck on there. Okay, hold on. I gotta make a pile this way. So let's go to, and let's go through, this is a paper pumpkin, and I'm not gonna say like who it's from. But this is just to give you ideas. So this was from last year's paper pumpkin kit. You could totally do the same thing with, you know, some different designer series paper. I love these little gems. Love that. Ooh, look at this one. Deer. So I don't remember what deer set this is from. Gail, I think you have this. And the trees. I cannot remember. But she's got some embossing here with little snowflakes. Actually, let me hold this up taller. I don't know if you can see the embossed here. This is like embossed in white. And look at this pretty paper. So you just need like some little strips. Love it. This one, Sue, you're going to love this one. Non-traditional. So this is, I don't want to say mother of pearl. Shimmer paper. Some of the shimmer paper. Yeah, Gail, the Grove set for the deer. I think you're right. But this one, I love all the different textures. So we've got glitter paper, shimmer paper, regular paper, vellum, this other shimmer paper, and then all these pearls, and then embossed on the back rim. Like there's a lot of good elements here. Love it. So I'm trying to leave these up long enough that you could maybe see it later if you wanted to get a picture. Oh, this one I just got from Virginia. So we've got some of this. This is a soft succulent, the in color shimmer vellum. Hopefully that comes through. And then these, I know I've got a pack of these, but we've got snowflake embossing powder. Love it. This is funny. So I like to save funny ones too, just because you may decide to cut them. Well, even regular ones, you may decide to cut it. I could make a tag with this next year. But funny penguins. Here's another one, very glittery. This one, I would definitely cut this part out and use that as a tag to put in a journal or a scrapbook. And then hopefully I could save this, like cut it out separate so I could have that tree. But I love that font. That's a good size. Oh, so cute. Any kind of beachy Santa always cracks me up. I love it. And then the different papers. Nice design. Ooh, and here's another good one. So I like this design too, with the square, and then she's embossed it in white on red paper, so that really stands out. And then this little tall, skinny snowman, hand cut him and popped him up. And this, the square is cut out of the white piece, and the embossed red is behind it. So I like that. I mean, believe me, I like them all. Oh, I love this. So here's that perched in a tree, right? And this is some kind of shimmery paper. Or is that tree stamped on it? Now that, you know what, now I'm turning it and looking at it, I think it's stamped on shimmer paper. Nice. And then the little bird cut out. This makes really good background. Ooh, look at that glittery business. That is, I love that. That could be, you could even, I think this is from my cousin. Yep. I could cover this up and use this like as a journal base or something to tuck into a scrapbook, because I wouldn't really want to cut this. But this is a good size too. 4 5/8 by 7 1/4. I love all the glitter. Like, I can't stand it. All right, and then we've got, oh, look at this one. So here's with the that flocked paper, the snowflake paper, and this label is from I think last year it retired. It started out, I think, with a Halloween set, but it's a really good die set for like to use as labels. And then these gems, I love it. But that paper really, well, that sold out the first week that it was on the when they put that list out. Oh, this one's stuck. This one, this is pretty, and I have to laugh because I think this, I know this is from my friend Chris, because I think I got the same card last year, and it cracks me up. But this is a perfect size for a tag also, to just like cut this off. And I love that it's silver and copper together. I think it's copper. Maybe it's gold. But I love the mix of different metallics together, you know. Penny. I know this one's yours. I love this. This is like some kind of shimmer paper in a color, and this must be a die that you've got. Old, what was that greeting? Itty bitty greetings, I want to say. Love it. Now here's another one. Oh, I love using this. So when you've got something that's got gems on it or something, put an embossed piece over top so it kind of protects it. But look at this, hand cut the poinsettia paper, and then this is like a gold shimmer pen. I think it's gold Winkastella, and then it's all over this evening evergreen too. And then the that evening, what is this folder called? Ugh, I'm losing it now. But anyway, love that. I love those colors. Picture. Oh, here's a good one. So this would be another one that I would probably cut this part off. I do like this greeting too, but I won't be able to cut it off just entirely. But I could save this wreath and have that as a little element. Yeah, Peggy, a lot of good stuff this year. Ooh, and look at this one. So this is the stamp that was on, this was in the October paper pumpkin kit, I'm pretty sure, but that tree embossing and then a different folder that, or die that cut has this tree line. I love it. And then, you know, blue and green. Cute kids. All right, we're more glittery. I love the snowman. I could probably get 3 tags out of this. You know, I could probably be able to cut them. Man, so many possibilities. And then I've got 2 more. And you know what? I forgot to get the mail when I got home, so I don't even know. But this is a good start for, look at this. Did you hear me just open this up, Jamie? This is Jamie's card. I love it. And she like outlined the Merry Christmas with Winkastella. So the words are glimmery too. But this is an alternate for last year's, I can't remember what month this was, but it made boxes. But I love it. And the pink and green. Love that. And then another one that, this is from my friend Phil that I used to work with. This is going to be another one that's going to be good to cut out and use for different things. So I might be able to make another basket like I made last year. And I think that's about it. So, solo layout again. So you guys, 3 days before Christmas, I want you guys to have a good holiday, have a good weekend. Everybody is going to be having some terrible weather like the next couple days. It seems like it's going to be cold and icy across. I am coming back. I'm going to be here next Thursday, depending on how things go. I may have a surprise. Oh yeah, Peggy, yours. I had that pulled off special. Where did I do it? Peggy made me a nice tag that I love. I'm trying to think, where did I put that? Because that was one of the first ones. And you know, I told you I got it. Oh, I'm going to have to find that. Yeah, put me on the spot because I did get it. So, but next Thursday. So it'll be the 29th. And I'm hoping to have a surprise for you. But we'll have to see how it goes. So everybody have a good Christmas. And I will see you next week. Okay, bye.